Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Sloppy Book Club podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Celese.
And we are so happy to be back for our third episode. It's been a while.
Yes, it has, unfortunately.
But we're back and we're ready to get rolling.
Can't wait.
Yes, so I haven't seen you in a while. What are you reading now?
So I'm actually reading Dance of a Burning Sea by E.J. Mellow. It's the second book to
the Musa Series.
Yeah.
Yes, we're actually talking about that today in this episode. So
I was trying to get it done before this episode, but you know me, I'm like the worst, but
it's all good.
I'm 40% in, I'm loving it, but I won't say anymore, but that's what I'm up to right now. That's what I'm reading.
I'll try to keep that one a little bit spoiled for you, but I won't make any promises.
All right. What are you reading?
I just started reading, I'm reading 3 books right now. Actually.
Jesus.
I know, it's ridiculous. But right now, the one that I'm kind of blowing through is The Never King by Nikki St. Crow.
How's that going?
I don't know what it is. Maybe I just haven't found the right one. But it's another Peter Pan retelling.
Oh my God.
It's my third one in like a year.
What, a Peter Pan retelling of the third one?
It's not part of the series. It's the third actual Peter Pan retelling. I don't know what it is about me and Peter Pan.
I don't know.
I just feel like I haven't found the right one yet.
So you're just gonna dive into all of them.
Dive into all the Peter Pan retellings. But yeah, it's pretty good so far. It's a super spicy novel, but
But you said 3, so that's one of 3. What are the other 2?
No, it's literally just one. I meant like 3, as in like another Peter fucking Pan retelling.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you meant you said you were reading 3 books at the same time. So
yes.
So one is a Peter Pan retelling. What are the other 2?
I'm reading Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune, I think that's how you say it. Mike actually bought me that book back in December, and I just picked it up today or a couple days ago. I didn't realize it was signed.
Oh, nice.
Cute. I was like, you did a good job. So that one's pretty good. It's a contemporary fantasy. And what's the other one I'm reading? Oh, I'm listening to Fate of Wrath and Flame.
Okay.
I forget the author. I didn't write it down.
I'm sorry. No, but at least we have the title.
Fate of Wrath and Flame. It's actually really, really good so far.
And that's the audio, right, that you're listening to?
I have the actual book, but it's a really big book. And, I can't help myself but listening to an audio and doing a Kindle book and doing a physical book. So
you're doing all 3, an audio, a Kindle, and a physical book. Look at
That's
you.
That's the only way I can do it. Because, whether I'm home, I'll listen or I'll read the physical book. And then when I'm cleaning, I listen to a book. And then the Kindle is for when I'm not home.
Okay.
Easy access.
I'm going to have to step my game up. Like, you're putting me to shame. But I can say over the summer, that was like me. I was reading like 5 books at a time. And you were just like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
But with work and stuff, it's been crazy. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I can step my reading game up because... I love reading, so I can't wait to get back to it. But let's talk our agenda, what we're doing for our episode 3. So I know we are going to obviously start off getting some beverages, trying some wines. Some are alcoholic, some are non-alcoholic. We're also going to be playing a game, a book version of Would You Rather, which I'm kind of excited because we don't know what questions we have.
Yeah.
So we might have the same questions, we might not. But I can't wait for us to do that. Excited. And then like you were mentioning, we're going to be diving into some books that we've read previously that we really like the authors and their stories. And we're actually going to be going to a Polycon this summer. And super these exciting. 2 authors are actually going to be there. One of them is Ali Hazelwood, who wrote The Love Hypothesis. And I'll be talking about her story. It's a standalone. I'll be talking about that after. And then you are going to be taking over E.J. Mellow. Tell us a little bit.
The Musa Series. two out right now. The third one, I believe, is out in the summer.
Can't wait.
So I'll be talking about the first two.
Awesome. Yay. All right. So let's get started trying these wines. Like, everyone knows I'm pregnant, so I'm doing the non-alcoholic one. This is an alcohol-removed wine. It's Frey.
Yeah, I think
that's what we said.
I think Frey, yeah.
So it's Frey again. I did their... Oh my God. What was it called? The last one.
I don't remember,
but the only thing I remember was you saying it smelled like chicken water. But it tasted delicious. I decided to try them again, but this is a white Zinfandel. It's like a pinkish color. Really nice bottle. It smells like wine. So I had everyone try it before me, like, hey, are you sure? Because I'm the skeptic here. But I'm going to try it.
You look nervous. Oh, it's good?
Yeah, it's really good. They haven't disappointed me.
Good.
These last two wines by them have been really, really good.
Nice. I know.
Face you're making.
I know. I just can't. I don't believe that it tastes good, but
it does. It's not bad.
It's all good. All right.
Yeah. Nice. Your turn.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm drinking. It's a white wine from Hardwick Vineyard and Winery, another Mass winery here. It's called Prescott Pear, and I'm kind of nervous because it's a pear wine.
Mm-hmm. Like, I like pear, but it's not my go-to fruit. So I'm
yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, I guess it's not bad. Oh.
Wait. Was it an aftertaste? Did it like bubble in your throat or something? What was that? Live reactions, people. Live reactions.
So it was good at first. It was kind of fruity, and then it just got really bitter.
Ooh, towards the end.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a wine that the more I have it, the more I will like it.
Okay. More sips.
It smells really good.
Does it smell like pears? Or just fruit in general?
It does not taste like pear at all.
No pear taste.
It does not taste like pear. I guess it's not that bad. It's just a little bitter, and I like my wine sweet.
It has like a yellowy but greenish tint to it too. And the bottle's top is green. It's a nice bottle.
It's very pretty. Yeah.
It's very pretty. There's a tree with pears on it and like a pear wagon kind of thing. It's really cute.
I like it. It's really cute.
All right, so 2 good wines to get us started. 1 alcoholic and 1 non-alcoholic. Okay.
Oh, let's get into the game.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
So should we do like you do one, yes. I do one? Like we'll go, okay, back and forth. All right. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
What's your first question?
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
So remember, this is a would you rather.
Right.
All right. So, would you rather never read again or only be able to read 1 chapter from every book forever?
I would have to say 1 chapter from every book.
Yeah?
Because to never read again, it would suck only getting like a little glimpse of a world.
Yeah.
But then imagine not getting any kind of world. Like, at least I could get 1 chapter and just come up with my own story. But, like, to not even get, like, a glimpse of a story, yeah, I would definitely 1 chapter. What's your take on that?
I get it, but usually the first chapter of most books is just a bunch of, like, dumping shit.
That's true.
You know? You're getting to know some people, and sometimes there's too many people, or sometimes there's too much world building.
Yeah. Good point.
I guess it would suck never to read again.
But to never read again?
I know. That would kind of suck.
I couldn't imagine. I could go a day without reading, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But, like, the rest of my life? I couldn't do that. I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
No.
I think mine are pretty, they're not raunchy or anything.
Okay.
So they're pretty good.
Okay.
So let's start off light. Would you rather only be able to read classics or new releases?
Oh.
Only classics or only new releases?
I think I would have to go with only new releases. Mm-hmm. There are good classics out there, but a lot of them can be very long and boring. I think I would go with new.
New.
Yeah.
See, I went the other way. I went with the classics because I'm always going back to some of my books like that I really, really enjoy that are like old and like probably no one else is reading them again, but there's just like something about the nostalgia it brings, like some memories, you know, so I think classics for me.
Yeah, I'm not a big rereader.
See, I reread all the time.
Makes sense. All right, next one. Ooh. Would you rather secretly love a book that everyone hates, or would you secretly hate a book that everyone loves?
I think it's the first one. Secretly love a book that everyone hates. Because I feel like that's what I do now.
What you do now.
Yes, everyone hates Twilight, and that's my book. Like that's my series. I love them. You know.
That was an easy one. I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, like, cause you know, if I don't like a book, I don't like a book. I know I'm not gonna lie saying that I like a book. Like, if I don't like it, I don't like it. How about you?
I think I would secretly love a book everyone hates.
Really? Okay.
I don't know if I have that yet. Yeah, I don't think I do, but I think I would prefer that one. Because I would say if I didn't like a book.
Yeah, I'm pretty honest about it. I'm like, oh, it's not my favorite. It's okay. You know, it didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times, sometimes that happens. Like, it's just... And then I think that's what makes me nervous about recommending books, because I'm like, what if you don't like it? Yes. You know? Like, that
happens all the freaking time to me.
Yeah, I'm so scared to, like, be like, oh, you should really read this because I really liked it. And then someone is just like, what is this?
Yeah, you have to know the person.
Yeah.
You have to really know them.
You do.
To recommend something to them. So.
Okay, my next question. Would you rather not be able to buy new books until you finish your TBR?
Oh, God.
Or sacrifice that TBR for a new collection of books?
Oh, that's rough. Oh, my God. I can't give up my TBR. I can't, because I know I want to read the books that are there, and that's why I bought them. Yeah.
And what if the new collection isn't that great?
It's shit, yeah.
And then your TBR was like
I know.
the shit, and you gave it up. I'm the same way. Let me get through my TBR. Like, I'm gonna do that.
It's really hard to get
through it. Yeah, because I'm always buying new ones or downloading new ones, and I'm like losing track at this point of which one I really wanted to read, and this new popular one everyone's talking about. So it does get kind of distracting.
Yeah. There's always that FOMO.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Everybody's talking about it.
I gotta read it.
All right. Let's see. This one's an easy one. I think I already know your answer. Would you rather read Only Forever, Enemies to Lovers?
Okay.
Or Friends to Lovers?
I think Enemies to Lovers. There's something about like the banter and the back and forth and that high tension that you just know, like they would love to hate each other, but they really love each other. So yeah, definitely.
I agree. I would answer the same way, and it always leads to like good spicy scenes.
Yes.
I do love Friends to Lovers sometimes, but Enemies to Lovers is definitely better.
Enemies to Lovers will always be my go-to. You can't. It's the best. Okay. Would you rather live inside your favorite book or want your favorite character to be real?
Ew, no.
You wouldn't want your favorite character to be real?
I don't like real in like the real world here right now.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would say no. I don't think it'd be the same if my favorite character from any book would be real. I think that's weird.
I think it would be weird.
Yeah.
They would probably be like taken away. Because half
of them would be in jail.
Yeah. They would be taken away. So you're saying live inside your favorite book.
I think that's part of like the whole like magic behind it, right?
Instantly thought of Valeris. Like, why wouldn't I want to live there?
Who wouldn't?
Like, hands down, if it was a world that I would want to live in, and that's my life, it would be Valeris. Yeah. That is from A Court of Thorn and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. So, just the way it's described and it being like filled with art and music and good places to eat and just the beautiful scenery and starfall. Like, why wouldn't I want to experience those kinds of things? So definitely, where would you go?
Valeris? I mean, what kind of question is that?
Because once I saw that question, I instantly was like, yeah, that's like...
I mean, there's so many places, like so many books where the places are amazing. The world building is great. But, I don't know, the top one would have to be Valeris.
Yeah. It just seems like a magical place. Like, stars and mountains and like... I don't know, I'm into that kind of thing. So, I feel like it would just be beautiful.
I agree.
Awesome.
All right. Ooh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a good one.
Okay.
Would you rather be the cereal's mate?
Okay.
Or Cal's mate? Cereal is from Akatar. And then Cal is from Throne of Glass. Side note, I absolutely hate Cal. And that's why he's part of this question.
I think it would be... Oh, shoot. Cereal, right?
Yeah. I don't know how to say it. Like cereal.
Him, because he has all the tea. Like,
he does.
He knows all the gossip. He knows the ins and outs of everyone's lives. Yeah. So, I mean, come on.
You'd have great conversations.
Great conversations. Good pillow talk. Yeah.
With Cal, you'll just hear a bunch of whining.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Same answer.
Yeah, definitely.
We're here. All right.
Okay. Would you rather read one book in a year and remember everything, or read 100 books and remember nothing?
I think I would go with one book and remember everything. I don't want to forget any of the books I read. And some of these books morph in my mind sometimes. They do.
And I have to, especially if it's like, it's like similar tropes or like similar kind of like storylines or like, not plots, but like, there's just, a lot of books do sound alike.
Yes.
Just like certain aspects or like enemies to lovers kind of things. You know who the enemy is, you know who the lovers, you know how this is gonna end kind of thing. So yeah, I would have to say I would want to like remember everything too.
Yeah. And like when I read 3 books at once, like I'm doing now, they're all different genres. They're never the same. So that's why I can remember all 3 of them, reading them at the same time. So I would definitely go with the one book per year. Yeah, that's an easy one. All right, next. We're almost done.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather read a great book, but the characters suck ass, or a bad book with amazing characters?
I think a bad book with amazing characters.
Really?
I think so. Because I get drawn to the characters and their lives and stuff. So sometimes the plot could be shit.
Yeah.
But like if you have a good character that I'm going to think about, then...
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
I think it's definitely the characters.
Yeah, I was thinking the opposite. Because like, I love a good story. But you're right. If you have really bad characters, then... Is
the story really worth it? It's just a story.
Yeah.
No, I like having those characters and like them finding themselves or getting through something and like their inner turmoil and stuff.
Right.
Like, I don't know. You have a good character, you're going to think about that character.
That's true.
I feel like sometimes you think more of a character than sometimes the story itself.
Yeah.
You know? So it's definitely character for
True.
me. All right. Last question, I think. Right?
Oh, I have 2 more.
You have 2 more?
That's fine if you only have one. We can just...
Did I skip one?
I don't know, girl.
Oh, yes, I do have 2. Okay. Would you rather read a book with no ending or a book where you have to create the ending?
Ew, no. I can't create the ending. I would be so bad at that.
But imagine a book with no ending.
I know, but for me to try to create it, I don't... No, I feel like it would always end the same. If I'm
like
in a good mood,
they live happily ever after. Oh, everyone dies.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm a mood reader, so that's exactly what would happen. It would either be everyone dies, or my favorite characters die, or everyone lives happily ever after.
I think for me, I would have to create the ending because, like, not having an ending, I think that would just piss me off. Like, what the fuck?
You're always left on a cliffhanger.
Yes. It's like, no.
That would really suck, but I would not be able to do that.
Oh, that makes me think of a different question now. Like, imagine, like, a cliffhanger. Like, would you want to be left on a cliffhanger or no ending at all?
Oh, no. I would do the cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would over
cliffhanger
no
where, like, the series never goes anywhere.
They just stop.
They just stop.
My God.
They just stop.
That's basically no ending at all. Because they didn't wrap it up.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true. Oh, that would be the worst.
It definitely would be. Jesus.
Oh, I'm traumatizing myself.
Yes, you are. All right. So, next one for me. Let's go. Would you rather be part of the Six of Crows gang or the Harry Potter trio?
Oh, fuck. Six of Crows.
Yeah.
Six of Crows. They're so freaking badass.
They're
fun. We would have so much fun. I mean, I'm obviously gonna get beat up half the time because they're always getting into a fight and getting hurt and nearly dying or something, but I mean, we're going to have fun doing it.
Right. If you guys don't know, The Six of Crows is part of the Shadow and Bone series.
Yes.
We both read that together with a group of our friends last year, and it was amazing.
We actually started the last year around this time.
Oh, yeah.
We started reading all of them to get in line with the show starting because it started in April. So we were like, oh, if we start March 1st. And read all the books, it would finish by the time the show started. And I loved the show.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, and I love that the Six of Crows were part of it, even though they weren't at the beginning of Shadow and Bone. It's hard to explain through, like...
Maybe we could do an episode
yes, we could probably
the
do
whole series together.
Yes. Including...
You should see her face right now.
And they started filming season 2. I'm so excited.
I know.
And the characters that they added. Oh my god.
I still think about that series. So yeah, maybe we'll do an episode on that.
Yes, we'll definitely have to do that because it was something we really enjoyed too. And all of our friends got into it. Yeah. We even had all our husbands watch the show and like we were so excited about it. I think I binged it in like a day.
Yeah.
The show. So yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
So my last question is, would you rather bend corners or only highlight? Which are both something
cringe.
I hate.
Cringe. I would never destroy my books, first of all. But if I had to...
Which one would you do?
God. Oh, fuck. I guess I would bend the corners because hopefully eventually I could fix them. Highlighting, you're totally ruining your book.
I don't know how people highlight or even write in the margins or like cross out things. Like I've seen other people like on TikToks or on videos with like full highlights or saying I can't believe like writing into it or like crossing things out because they hated that scene or something. I'm like
I can't do it. No.
I couldn't.
No. Not even if I had an extra book, because I have multiple copies of some books, and I just can't do it.
I couldn't do it either.
Nope.
I couldn't.
I tab my books. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I used to doggy ear, like bend the corners
Ooh,
back in the day. And then as I started collecting books, I was just like, I don't think that's a good look.
No, it's not a good look at all. Just tab them.
Yes,
tab
yes.
them. They come off easy. They don't stick.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you could color coordinate it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
All right. My last question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather sleep with
Oh, it's kind of spicy.
the apparat from Shadow and Bone
Oh!
or Voldemort?
Ooh!
Now, if you have not read Shadow and Bone, the apparat is a stinky old priest or whatever.
That smells like mildew.
Lee Bardugo does a really good job of describing him, and we all felt that he was just like disgusting, gross old man.
Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. I guess it'll be Voldemort.
Oh my god! But he's so gross too.
He looks slimy. I can't.
Oh my god!
But like mildew.
I know. Okay,
and like
she
that would be smelling really that, and then like.
Hopefully Voldemort doesn't stink. You don't really know.
I don't know, but he was like dead, and now he's alive.
He was dead. He was like that, like gross little like deformed thing, and
either one is terrible.
It is, but you gotta pick.
I guess I would go Voldemort.
Yeah, I think I would probably go Voldemort too.
Yeah, I couldn't mildew, and then she said like his teeth were black or something. Like no.
Okay.
I would have to deal with the guy with no nose, I guess.
Oh my
I guess. I don't know.
That was fun.
I love that. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot.
If you have any would you rather questions, please comment with this episode or tell us what your answers would be to some of these questions, because this was actually a lot of fun. Yeah, and I'm happy we didn't know each other's questions and we didn't repeat any of them. So that was pretty exciting. It was. All right, so now we're going to get into our books that we enjoyed, especially by authors we're going to be meeting in this summer. So I'm super, super excited.
I'm really excited. I can't wait.
All right, so the first story is a standalone, like I said, and it's by Ali Hazelwood, and she wrote the story, The Love Hypothesis. And I really enjoyed this story. It was a great, fake dating. It had some good banter and just, it was just a really good, quick read, good story. Mm-hmm. Had some really high and low moments, but I really enjoyed it. So the Love Hypothesis story centers around Olive Smith, who's a third-year PhD candidate, who gets into a sticky situation. Now, just to give you some background context, she was dating this guy, Jeremy, for a little bit, but she knew she wasn't into him, and they weren't a good fit, but she noticed that there was kind of chemistry between him and her best friend. Mm. So she dumps him, and she's like, I think he's going to ask her out, and I'm totally okay with it. Well, Jeremy does. He asks her friend out, and girl code is no. You're not going to say yes to, one of your friends' ex-boyfriends kind of thing, even though they didn't date long. Okay. I forget how long they dated. It wasn't very long. And like I said, she wasn't into him from, the beginning. I think she just did it but just to be in, a relationship. I don't really remember that much of it, but I just know she wasn't into him. And there was no real storyline between them. Okay. So that's the background. She definitely knew they were in a match, and she knew that him and her best friend would be great together. Okay. Now, enter the sticky situation. She wants her friend to date this guy, right? So what does she do? She lies about dating someone. And she tells her friend, hey, I'm going out on a date. Just trying to get her to, see that she's moved on. Okay. In the hopes of, okay, She's moving on. She really wasn't into him. Maybe it would be okay if I said yes to this date with Jeremy.
So her friend wants to date him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You could definitely tell, like, they both are into each other, but just because of girl code, she's just like, I can't do that to my friend.
Okay.
So Olive wants to convince her friend it's okay to date him and that she's already dating someone else. So cue her dilemma. She's in the lab working late, even though she said she was on a date. And who's walking down the corridor but her best friend? So she's like, oh shit, she's gonna know I'm not on a date. So she grabs some random dude that was standing there and kisses him.
Oh boy.
But it's not a random person. It's this hot shot young professor, Dr. Adam Carlstein. And Adam is, from how she describes him, he's kind of not liked. Well, he isn't liked. His students hate him. He's an asshole. He's not very kind. He's like a no shit kind of guy. Like, get your work done or you're getting failed kind of thing. So he's like, just standing there like, do I need to fill out a sexual misconduct fucking report because you're kissing a professor? I don't even know you kind of thing. And Olive is mortified. She's like, I'm about to lose.
Wait, did she not know that he was
not until she realized who she was kissing. Okay. She just grabbed him in the hall, kissed him.
She's got some balls.
Yeah, to kiss some random dude.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't random. It was a freaking professor. So her friend leaves. After she kisses him, she looks over. Her friend isn't there. She finally looks up because he's, the 6 foot, muscled, young professor. And she's like, oh my God. So she's like, what am I going to do? I'm going to lose her candidacy. Like, she's just scared. And he's like, I could file a report on you kind of thing. But he kind of needs her at the same time.
Why? Because
the university is freezing all of his funding for his research because they feel like he hasn't committed to the university or the location of the university. Like, he hasn't dated anyone. He hasn't formed any roots.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So they're like, why are we going to keep funding someone who can just up and leave at any time? We want someone who's committed to the university. So Olive wants to pretend she's dating someone. Well, he kind of needs someone that he can say he's dating and building roots. So what do? They come together with an agreement. For the next couple months, we'll pretend we're dating. We'll go on these Wednesday coffee runs so people can see us together. And anytime the university is holding any functions, you'll come with me kind of thing. So, of course, there's tension there. Of course, Olive, has more feelings. Adam isn't one to express his feelings, so she doesn't know that he actually likes her too. So, of course, cue in awkward moments, fake, kissing in front of people, but really feeling more to it than that. So, it's all that angst and just say you like each other. Why go through this process? So it's really, really cute. I really enjoyed it. I love how Olive was this nerdy, smart, woman, but so smart that you're kind of naive, especially when it comes to relationships, just because she's dedicated her life to her academics because she actually lost her mom to cancer. So the research that she's doing for her PhD is in regards to the cancer her mom had and trying to find early screening to it. So she's dedicated her life around this. So dating wasn't really important to her. Yeah. So I really liked that, she's trying to find herself while also still focusing on her goals. And what I liked about Adam was that he wasn't liked, and he was standoffish, and he was like that brooding hunk, you know, that you're like, come on, show us some feelings. Yeah. And like, he's only nice to her, but mean to everyone else. Like, isn't that cute? So I really, really liked it. Obviously there's even more drama, where Olive, you know, she's trying to get, placed in, a college that will give her funding to further her research and her screening and stuff. So cueing Adam's best friend Tom, who's like, oh, you can come to Harvard and I'll fund you. But Tom is a lowlife. He is a piece of shit. Like, I hated Tom. I knew something was wrong. He's the type that will take you under his wing and take all the credit for any research you did. He tried to blackmail her and, like, almost, like, assaulted her at one point. Like, you know, use his, like, masculinity against her kind of thing. And try to blackmail her. Like, I'm Adam's best friend. Who do you think he's gonna believe if you try to tell him I'm doing this to you kind of thing?
Gag.
And what he didn't know was when they had this big, like, epic, you know, fight, it was being recorded because they were at a conference where she was giving, you know, her speech on her research, and she wanted to record it for another professor to share out to other colleges in the hopes of getting someone to, like, pick her up and, you know, fund her stuff. Yeah. So she recorded everything. So now she had this proof, but she was still scared, like, would Adam still believe me kind of thing? And of course he does. He comes to her rescue. But it's, like, it's just a good book. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. Pros for me was just women in science. A smart woman who was dedicated to her academics and her goals. I love the character banter. I love the friendships that were in the story, especially between Adam and his other best friend, Holden, who was another professor at the school. And what I loved about that friendship was Adam is your average, you know, straight male, and Holden was gay, and they went to prom together when they were in high school. Cute. So Adam was, and he was like all for it. He was like, yeah, I went to prom with him. So what kind of thing? So like, he never questioned his own masculinity by having, you know, someone who dated the same sex, you know? So like, I really like that aspect of the story. The spice towards the end, girl.
Was it good?
The spice. So Adam is this brooding, mean guy. So he took some dominance.
I was gonna say, does he take that to bed?
Yes, he definitely did. Even Olive says he kisses like a man starved.
Okay, so, Olive.
Okay. And then, okay. I love this part. It made me like blush. But there's a part where she's like, I don't think it's gonna fit kind of thing. And he's like, you can take it. And I was like, Adam, where is this coming from?
That's good. All right.
So like, it had some really good spice in it.
Nice.
And I love that Olive wasn't this overly sexualized person. She actually thought she wasn't sexual at all, and she didn't think she could ever feel those feelings, but she just needed the right person, and that was Adam. I guess my cons would be like being so smart you're naive, you know? It's like, come on, girl. Get it together.
Yeah.
Or like being like gullible or not knowing your worth, because the whole time she's like, I don't know if my research is good enough, or like if anyone's gonna take me, and like just being proud of like what you're doing. So I think that part of it was a con, but overall I really, really liked the story.
Awesome.
I really liked it. So good job.
Yay. What would you rate it? That's important.
I would definitely give it like maybe 4 wine glasses, because I really enjoyed it. It was something you know, it was a fake dating, but I've never had something centered around, like, women in science and academic and, like, a college, you know, romance kind of thing. Yeah. Like, I've read college romances that were, like, 19, 20-year-olds. It was never a PhD student, you know? So I really liked it. I enjoyed it. So I can't wait to meet her. But yeah, I liked it. Are you going to
read the next one? Isn't there a book too? Or is that completely separate?
This is going to be a completely separate story. And I actually put in to try to get the arc on it.
Oh, nice.
Haven't heard back. But I would love to read it because I really enjoyed this one. So I'm pretty sure I would enjoy that one too.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, that's
awesome.
That's book one.
All right, so we're going to move into the Mousai series. I'm so excited about this. The Mousai series was written by E.J. Mellow. Yes, and
we love her.
Yeah, it was super quick how much I actually fell in love with the series. You read it sometime like last year or something.
I think I read book one over the summer, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
And then you read both of them before I even got to reading the second one.
Because it was like back to back for me. I fell in love right away. So the Musa Series, right now there are 2 books out, Song of the Forever Rains and Dance of a Burning Sea. The third one comes out this summer when we will be meeting her.
Yes, I can't wait.
And super fun fact, she dedicated these books to her sisters, which I thought was really cute. So each one is dedicated to each sister.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a dark romantic fantasy. Book 1... I don't know. I feel like it was more YA.
It definitely.
There's like a sex scene somewhere in there, but otherwise.
But even that was very mild. It was very PG. It was like, we kind of did it kind of thing. It wasn't like very detailed or explicit or anything like that. And I think coming off of reading so many smutty books that I was just like, oh my God, there's no like big spice, you know? So it was just like, okay.
But it was good.
It was
It was
a good book. Yeah.
So, and book 2 is a little steamier.
Yes. I'm so excited to hear that because just the tension that I'm feeling and even some of the flashbacks of like how they're describing when they were with each other, like, oh, the way the curve of her body against mine and stuff, but I can't think about it kind of thing.
Slow burn.
Yes,
really
yes.
I'll have to say it's not crazy spicy, but it's definitely a little more detailed than the first
Okay. I'm for it.
It's fun.
Okay.
All right. So this series is about 3 sisters who have this like ancient power or whatever, and the world they live in, Adalor, is like, I guess all the power is like going away. Like not a lot of people have powers, so it's a big secret if you do have power. So these 3 sisters are known as the Mousai, and they go into the Thief Kingdom as the Mousai sisters, but no one knows who they are in real life, which is outside of the Thief Kingdom. And each sister has their own power. So one sister is like a siren, so all her powers are connected to songs. The second sister is connected to dance, and then the last one is just music, so like instruments and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's it's like the cello or violin or something that she plays.
Yeah, something
I feel like it's like a Is it a cello? Is a cello and a violin the same thing? No, right? A cello is a big standing up one, and then the violin.
The violin is like a handheld.
Yeah. It's one of those 2, though.
Right.
Yeah. Because I know it's something about... Because I remember it was something like she grabbed the neck card and played the strings.
Yeah, you're right.
So, it has to be one of those.
And I think it's on the cover, too. So they perform in the Thief Kingdom, and their magic is basically like a drug. It's like euphoric, and they can entrance people to do things and control them. So the first book, Song of the Forever Rains, is focused on the younger sister, like Hira. They call her Lark, and she's the siren. So her magic is controlled or is manifested in song.
Her voice.
Yes. So it starts off in her Lyran fast, which is like a coming of age.
Mm-hmm.
So their dad, in order to train them to be assassins and thieves or whatever, he sends them off on their own right before coming of age for like a month to live
like
on their
a
own.
Big mission kind of thing on their own.
On their own, they have to figure it out. So on the end of Lark's Lyran fast, she meets this guy Darius who's being robbed. So she like saves him, and then they go in their own ways. Mm-hmm. She is then given her first mission to pose as like a potential bride to the Duke of Lachlan, and his name is Hazar. I mean, you hear that? You should have seen her face. Okay, so
I
you
hate
say the name Hazar, and you think gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so she has to pose as his bride because the Thief King he thinks that the Duke is siphoning magic. Mm-hmm. So people who have no magic, they take this drug and it gives them powers or something like that. Mild
powers, but it's a drug basically. You get addicted to it.
Right. So he wants to figure out who's giving him this drug in order to give him magic.
Yeah, because technically it's only supposed to be taken in the Thief Kingdom.
Right.
It's not supposed to leave. But someone, like you said, is siphoning it to the Duke's land, and he's just like, hold up, who's doing this?
Right. So she obviously has to do it. She can't deny it. She goes off to pose as his bride, and she spends a lot of time with Darius. Mm-hmm. Darius, the one she saved in the beginning of the book, is actually the Duke's stepson. Mm-hmm. So he has his own motives. He just wants to take care of his land and his people because they're poor, and the Duke is pretty much an asshole.
And he loves his people.
Yeah, so the Duke wasn't born into being the Duke. He married Darius's mom, and that's how he became the Duke. So he's not giving the people of the land their dues, like their money, their food or whatever. So they're all poor.
And Darius has been going like undercover, like helping his people, like helping them, like when like I think it was like a wagon was broken, he went and fixed it, and like he'll just like
taking food from like his home and then hiding it so he can bring it to his people. Like, so he's a super decent guy. So Larkira figures this out eventually, and so their missions kind of intertwine. So he doesn't really trust her because he doesn't really know what she's doing there. He thinks that she's just there to be the Duke's bride or whatever. But eventually they figure out their missions are kind of intertwined and they should really be working together. There's definitely some abuse happening with the powers, which is kind of fucked up. So there's a couple, but I'll talk about this one scene where the Duke is sitting with Larkira and Darius at the dinner table, and they bring out this soup, and Darius, I know, he is allergic to something that's in the soup. So he's like, I don't want to eat this.
Like, I can't.
And the Duke was like, well, you're embarrassing me in front of my woman kind of thing. And he's like telling him, you need to fucking eat. And Darius is like, well, no, I'm not going to. So he manifests his power via this drug and controls everyone in the room. So the power just doesn't focus on one person, it focuses on everyone in the room. So he makes Darius eat this soup, even though he's allergic to it. So he's like eating it, and he's pretty much dying because of it.
Getting like a huge allergic reaction.
Right. So Larkira, because she has powers, she isn't being controlled. So she has to pretend
like she is.
She is, and she's just sitting there watching it being destroyed over the fact that he's doing this to his son. And this is just like one of the first things that happens, which is kind of crazy. So eventually she starts to fall in love with him. They fall in love with each other. There's a little mild sex scene towards the end. And then they figure out eventually who's been siphoning, which is the pirate, Aloes, this drug to the Duke. And it's a happily ever after kind of ending for this first one. I thought it was really, really good. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was really, really good. So, like, they capture the Duke, like, doesn't he, like,
I think he kills himself. Yeah,
doesn't he, like...
Like, he goes crazy.
Yeah.
And that's the problem they want to control who takes this drug because too much of it will make you go crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why they kind of contain it to the Thief Kingdom. So Thief Kingdom sounds like it's a bad place, but it's really not. It's not.
It's controlling the chaos. I think they said it was. Yeah. Like, you know, there's good and there's evil, but even with the evil, that has to be controlled. Right. And that's what the Thief King is kind of doing. He's like, okay, here's where all the rebels and, you know, thieves go to do their...
And people with magic.
And people with magic to do their worst so that it's not happening anywhere else. Right. This is where you come to do your debauchery or whatever. Right. Yeah. So it's like, he's actually, because at first I was like, oh my God, he's like a bad guy, but really, he's not. Yeah. So the Thief King is actually the Mousai's father.
Oh yeah, I didn't even mention that, yeah.
So in the, let's say, human world, the world where there isn't much power, they're just, you know, a regular family with a lot of money. But in the Thief Kingdom, they're known as the Mousai and the Thief King. But no one knows that the Thief King and the Mousai are related. Right. These are just his, you know, sorceress crew. You know, these are the three women he uses to, you know, lure people and persuade people and even kill people. Yes. But no one knows their relation.
Exactly. Yeah. So that brings us to Dance Over Burning Sea, which is my favorite.
I loved it too.
So Celese is halfway through it, so I'm going to try to keep this one super quick. Okay. And not give too many spoilers. So Dance Over Burning Sea is actually the middle sister's story, Naya. Yes. She's my favorite.
I was just about to say that. I said even in like book 1, you could tell she's like a hot-headed kind of like person. So I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to know more. But also, I want to know more about the oldest sister because I feel like she has the most secrets.
I can't wait for that one. So, soon enough. So, Naya, she, like you said, she's a hothead. She's got a lot of anger issues, and everyone wants to
Maybe that's why I like her. Because I'm, like, similar.
Yep. So, it's about her, and then Alos the pirate.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm the middle sister. So
yes! Middle sister. That makes a whole lot of
Oh my God, no wonder I like her so much. She's me.
So relatable. So it's about Alos, and he, right at the beginning of the book, he sends his guys out to kidnap her. So he brings her on to, and remember from the first book, he's the one who's been siphoning the magic to the Duke. So he brings her onto his ship, and he basically wants a pardon from the Thief King because he's been hiding out because of what he did.
Yep, and the Thief King is ready to kill him.
Yes, so he wants a pardon, so he decides to kidnap Naya. They make binding bets, and basically she has to work for him for a whole year. I hope you're at that part already.
Yeah.
Okay. So she has to work for him for a whole year.
They make the binding bet because he was like, if your sisters don't find you in like 3 days or whatever, you're indebted to me for a year.
She chose the 3 days.
Yeah, she chose the 3 days. Yes. He was like, how long? And she was like, oh, they'll come get me in 3 days.
It's like, wait, are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
And
she
said,
like, yeah. Because she's addicted to bets and gambling.
So, and she thinks she's right about everything and whatnot. So, now she has to work for him for a whole year. Did you get to the Ezram part? The underwater kingdom?
Not underwater kingdom. I got to where he uses her
at
to find. Yes, Bond. So I'm up to that part.
So I love Barter Bay. So this story is focused around adventure. Yes. Like they go to different areas called Ezram, Barter Bay, and then there's this giant land that they go to as well.
That's where I'm at, where they're about to go there. Okay. And like his like second in command or whatever is like, our crew is not gonna be happy about this. And that's where I am.
Okay, so Barter Bay is super freaking cool. It's like this island of ships huddled together, so there's no land, it's just ships.
It's just ships,
like piled on each other. So you could go there and shop, or go to a bar, or go to brothels, is that what they're called, or whatever. And Alos actually uses Naya to use her powers on this woman who has this gem, or knows where this
gem was. Stone,
that's what it is. So she basically has to dance for her. So she basically gives her a lap dance.
Yeah.
And he's watching like a creep in the background.
I think that was like my favorite scene so long.
I was like, I absolutely
because the way he was like, I've seen her dance before, but not with this much skin showing. And I'm like,
it's like he's like watching her with another girl.
And he's getting a little.
Yes, that was like one of my favorites.
Yes.
I love Barter Bay. I love the world building in this story. It's so good. So I won't go too deep into it, but basically there's a lot of adventure. There's a lot of slow burn.
Yes.
Enemies to lovers.
I kind of like that slow burn, so I'm so excited.
And it's throughout the whole entire book.
Yes.
And then
because they go back and forth with these memories, because you forgot to say that he knows her identity, because no one knows the Mousai's identity.
So right in the beginning, when he kidnaps her, we figure out that he knows, and that's what he's bartering for. Like his pardon, or he's going to tell the world who the Mousai are. So that's how he gets her to work for him for a whole year or whatever. So
they have to keep their identities, they can't have, people knowing who they are.
There's so much more to this story, and I'm not going to go into it too much further because I really want you to finish it. And
I'm almost done.
I don't want to spoil it for you. I know we spoil here on the show, but this one's a really, really good one, and I just want to. I'm super excited because, like I said, there is this like intensity and this slow burn, and I'm like. Especially during that scene when she's basically giving this woman a lap dance and she's in her green corset and her skin is showing. And Alos has his own power, and even he's letting down his guard of his power and feeling the heat of her magic, because, her magic is centered around dancing, but fire as well. Yeah, they like manifest fire, but his is more like cold and water. And stuff. I can't wait for you to get to like his real story. And
I know he's doing what he's doing for good reasons that no one knows, and I want to know. I hope it's good reasons.
I wish I could talk about it. But
and then like the stones, because he had like a stone on his pinky ring, but he could, and then now he's. He took the stone off of the ring, but where is that? Why did he take it off of the ring? And now he's looking for this other stone, and he's like, no one can know I'm looking for these stones, and I'm like, what is it for? Like, is he trying to save his family that he left? Is he trying to, like, I don't know. Does he have a child out there that I don't know about?
I guess I have to find out.
Oh my God, I have so many theories and stuff, and like. I know they're going to end up together just because it's like water and fire, and it's like, come on! It's just going to create steam. Come on! It's going to be great. I can't wait.
I won't say anymore, but that's good. Those two books are amazing. E.J. Mellow has become like an automatic author buy for me.
Yes, she is amazing. Shout out to her, because we really do love her stories. We can't wait to meet her. The covers of her book are beautiful.
I brought it in. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to explain
her
how they
covers
look?
are just beautiful. So Song of Forever Rains. Obviously, Lark is in the front. It's blue. It has some golds and yellows. There's leaves around it. Lark looks like she's holding up like a bird is flying into her hand. It's just a beautifully designed book. I actually I want them to come out in hardcover.
I do too.
That's why I haven't purchased the the physical books yet, just because like I want it in hardcover.
I know, but I needed it because I knew I wanted her to sign them. So
do you want to describe book 2's
book
cover?
Dance of a Burning Sea. It's Naya on the front cover, of course, and she almost looks like a flamenco dancer because she's dancing in the front. And they're in the background. It's, what do you call that? The steering part of the ship? Oh God, I sound like a dum-dum. So how the pirates steer their ship, it's in the background of her.
What is that called?
I don't know. There's a fire around the edges, and then there's 2 ships at the bottom. It's really pretty. And the whole book is red. It's like red burgundy-ish colors. And the next one, I did a cover review on my Instagram, and it's all green. And it's Arabessa, the third sister, which I can't wait.
And that's going to be like some high intensity slow burn between her and, what's his name? Oh my God. I'm having a brain fart. Sorry.
So am I.
But it's someone that they grew up with. Like, he lost his parents and like...
He now works for the Thief King. He's like the second in command or whatever. Yeah. And you could tell there's like little hints of slow burn in there. Yeah,
because the way like they look at each other or talk, so like I can't wait for that one. But I'll definitely finish book 2 of this.
Wait, let's rate it before we...
Oh, yes. What are you rating?
So the first one, Song of the Forever Rains, I think I'm going to go with 4 glasses of wine.
Okay.
And then the second one, Dance Over Burning Sea. It's my favorite. 5. So it's going to be a whole bottle of wine. I absolutely love it.
It is really, really good.
Yeah.
So, and I would have to agree with your ratings. I think 4 is a great rating for book 1. And so far, I'm 40% in, and it already got 3 bottles from...
3 bottles?
I mean, 3 glasses. Look at me. 3 glasses from that little lap dance thing she was doing. Yeah. Like, because the way he felt, and like, she knew that he was looking.
She knew what she was doing.
Because he even says when she ends her dance, she looks straight at him. Because he's just looking through a peephole.
Yeah. She knew he was there.
And she looked dead at him. Like, I know.
It's hot.
I know.
It's hot, yeah. Just go read it.
Yes, I can't wait.
So good. So good.
Oh, I'm so happy we're back.
I know.
And I'm so happy we're doing this. To our listeners, thank you for being so understanding and bearing with us. We will be back to, our usual, weekly podcast. Hopefully no other hiccups happen. But, we are moms. We do have, children and lives. And we're just hoping that everything aligns.
Yes.
And we can keep this up. But thank you again for everyone just supporting us. We hope you like this episode. It's really exciting. We hope you give these authors a chance and read their stories because they're really good.
And tell us what you think.
Yes. Comments, DM us, let us know. We would love to know what your, would you rather question answers, because that was really fun.
Yes, I agree.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening.